Corbowitz. Okay, so we got a scene here
Mm-hmm.
that can be acted out. How did General Corbowitz defeat the last of the holdout systems? With the actors General Corbowitz, first in command Idaho, and the holdout Admiral Feyd.
You're
So,
cutting in and out, Mike.
uh, so three characters:
Mm-hmm.
Corbowitz, Idaho, Feyd. Scene is how did General Corbowitz defeat the last of the holdout systems? So I'm thinking like the two fleets are facing off with the colony planet below of the last of the systems, and the holdout Admiral Feyd is defending it with his fleet, and
Mm-hmm.
Corbowitz is there with his fleet, and they're attacking it essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So now we need to determine who wants to play what. So completely open, like you pick who you want to play in the scene, and then any extras are just either left out, or if there's less actor roles than players, then everyone else is a spectator essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that it works is you dictate what your character does or says, but as soon as you act on someone else, um, that player dictates what happens to their character.
To that character.
Yeah. So you could say I attack this person, but then they would have to say whether it was successful or not. Like it's completely narrative. Another thing to remember is that um, it's all like a collaboration. So
Mm-hmm.
nobody, you're not any of these characters. So you can describe things, and things are going to happen, but we can't get attached to characters and themes and scenes and stuff, because
Mm-hmm.
things are just going to die essentially. Um, so for
I'll be
this,
first in command, Idaho.
okay. Jordan, who do you want to be? Jo- Jordan?
Jordan?
Jordan? Jordan!
And then after this scene, I'm gonna do some laundry and get ready for bed if that's okay.
All right. I think I can. I think I can save this.
What are you doing, Steve?
I'm playing Mordhau, and this guy's like killed all these guys with his fist, and he's like, and then he like backs up over a cliff and lands, and he's like, oh, and he has like a sliver of health left, and then he turns around, and the guy just hits him in the face with his scythe, and he just dies. Just like this. What the hell's that? Yeah, like there's a new map in Mordhau.
I don't see him. Ah!
I've saved it, so I saved the thing.
My God, Vigil's so good.
I wonder where Jordan is. Alright, well I can change this scene then. Hang on.
No, Steve will be one.
Oh yeah, Steve.
What?
Steve's here.
Steve, help us out for a second.
What? Okay.
You can be either General Corbowitz, who's killing the last of the holdout systems, or you can be Admiral Feyd, who's defending his home against the aggressor and going to lose.
General Feyd.
Alright, I will be General Corbowitz. Okay.
Do the same thing.
Set the stage. How does the scene
So
happen?
at the end of this, Fade will lose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Says you.
No, Steve, that's not how this works.
He ends
Oh,
up joining the
no.
Empire
Uh-oh.
and thus saving his own people.
That's true.
Alright, so it's currently the stage is set with the Federation fleet has entered in this last holdout system called, what should be called?
Coming over.
Spec. It's called Spec because I have a tray of Spec here that I finished eating, so
You still on beach?
it's called Spec. And the final puny fleet that has rebelled against the Federation for its control over the dilithium, whatever the mineral that we need for hyperspace, has they rebelled, I guess, because they were being forced to mine it. I don't know, but we need that stuff, so they had to be crushed. And so
Does anyone have to take it away?
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
just stepping through the steps here. So step 3, choose characters. Which
What did I
we've
miss?
done. Oh, we're setting up a scene here. Steve has stepped in as the defending Admiral Feyd. Basically, the Federation General Corbowitz is going to crush the Bortle rebels. Okay, each player states one thing their character is thinking about the upcoming scene. Start to the right of the player making the scene and continue to the right. In the same order as picking characters, your thought could reveal what your character is going to do or highlight what your character expects to happen. Revealed thoughts are powerful too for influencing the scene. Right. Options, staying in the background. Playing time with your character. Alright, so, I guess, Claire, what is your character thinking going into this battle?
Is that my character's thinking going into this battle that I was very smart and I deployed troops to infiltrate the city and place mustard gas canisters
Mustard gas? What the fuck? You fucker.
to hold the city ransom so that we could convince you to turn over peacefully.
Oh, fair enough.
And I informed General Corbowitz of my brilliant plan.
Excellent work. Catch these rebels with their pants down for sure. Alright, Steve, what is Admiral Feyd thinking?
Well, does he know that?
No, probably not.
Okay.
It's going to be a wonderful surprise for him.
We've been.
So we've just entered your system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've entered your system.
And there's guys already in place.
Already in
That's
place on the ground.
But you
taking-
don't know this.
That you don't know, yeah. I'm assuming our fleets are about to face off.
Oh, okay.
Do you call us? Do you do you fire?
Hmm.
We should run.
Yeah, you should run.
Was it?
I should run.
You should flee. Turn tail and flee.
Using him.
But it's your
Um,
home. Your home is being destroyed.
Hmm.
Is your home worth your life?
Is it? Isn't it?
Can I?
Your
Can
home or
I?
your life? Put the
Can
home in the
I?
bag.
Like, I know you are coming, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, can I set up some sort of gravitational pull, like something that creates a huge gravitational pull, and pull asteroids to where you come out of FTL?
Oh, like at the hyperspace point? Like you
Yeah.
fly
Oh
full of
man, he wants to
asteroids?
block your hyperspace laneway.
Oh yeah, you can totally do that.
Near the shack.
Alright, so my thoughts as we are about to exit hyperspace and enter the battlefront, and my second in command has informed me that our forward deployment of troops has a good bargaining chip already in place. And my fleet of 200 warships, the battleship dreadnoughts are coming out, and yeah, we're just exiting hyperspace. It's gonna be great. I'm optimistic about our chances. Finally, we will crush these rebels and get back to Mary and I am looking forward to the lawn bowling games that we once had.
Well, yes, and candlestick bowling, so you can be easier on your back.
Oh yes.
It sounds like the fucking what's it called the
Let us crush these peasants and get back in time for caviar and tea.
Claire sounded like the Beltas from fucking
The Expanse.
yeah.
Yeah. Like what's her name?
Yeah. These you innas hate us.
All right. Scene.
I don't really know what accent I wanted to give myself, so I kind of bounced around there.
All right. Our fleet with the flagship, the United Federation flagship.
Exit hyperspace right into a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Call it like the Endeavor or something. Rip a name from Star Trek. This is the Endeavor. We're going to get this fucking rocks, and we come out of hyperspace. And, Jesus Christ! Idaho, check this out! There's an asteroid field in the middle of the jump point, and I relay orders to the fleet, so we go like a hard braking maneuver. Some ships don't make it, and they flare up in the night as asteroids pierce their hulls, and I look out at the venting plasma and the bodies and the screams over the radio. I cut the radio. Prepare for battle. Formation D. And then they kind of do that. I've lost about 25% of our fleet
Your
strength.
fleets.
My
400,000 men lost to the void.
Anything?
Hmm?
Are we turning it?
Like having turns?
Do I just say things as it happens, or?
Yeah, you can be like.
You can say I would like to make a declaration. So yeah.
Okay, I'd like to make a declaration. So during this,
Of independence.
we grabbed more asteroids, right?
Right.
And we were sitting there waiting, and we basically sacrificed ships, but like 3 ships we sacrificed and launched like fields of shrapnel or asteroids towards where you guys came out after you guys came out. And then the rest of our ships engaged as you came out. Like no time to figure things out. We're already attacking you.
All right.
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, you're heading out?
Yeah.
All right.
There you are.
Goodbye, Jordan.
Bye, Jordan. We were gonna pause after this scene anyway, and I
Yeah.
wanted to do some laundry, so.
So I would say that person command, who's a very brilliant person. As the asteroid fields start entering our targeting range, as they're hurtling towards us at insane speeds,
Yeah.
I send out messages to everyone or our engine crew on my, and I tell them to
Oh, geez.
do a hard 180 and flare the engines as if we're going to jump to hyperspace in an attempt to burn out smaller asteroids that are about to hit, and then full shields to the back of the engine. So to try to burn out shrapnel and debris that are going to be hitting our ship, and then also shoot forward at a very hard momentum, because I'm going to tell them to cut out the engines right before we actually jump.
All right. You cut out there at the last.
Oh, and then I tell them to cut the
That's pretty
engines
good.
before we actually jump.
Or before that, you shunt
Yeah.
forward, or
Oh yeah, just to jump, just to propel us just in a,
right in the
just
direction
with
that
the
we're
with
gonna...
the flare up. Yeah, cut a
Right.
180. We're gonna sort of be propelled in the
Cool.
direction from the flare up of the engines.
Right, so it looks like we're retreating almost.
Yeah.
All right. I fall over.
Do
And
we have any
grab
kind of?
the... Huh?
Do we have any kind of Is this what's it called? Is this the Expanse where G-forces play a key role?
We haven't.
We haven't found
We haven't.
that
yeah,
out
we
yet. We
haven't
don't
found
know
that
how
out
we use
yet.
space travel.
We haven't. It was not in the palette as a rule that it has to be or has to not be like that. So it could be.
Unhooked people I met.
This scene is probably the scene where we'll find it out. Actually.
Fair.
I scream, full power to the dampers, and get me some forward shields. Warm up the rail guns. Prepare our first retaliatory volley on this rabble.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I just the most ass kissing. Just the
Brilliant plan, sir.
Just the shittiest person,
it
but
again,
also
sir.
really smart strategian. People hate me, but they respect me.
Corporal Brown Nose.
Yeah, I feel like I look a lot like John Waters. Anyways.
All right, Steve. What do the dirty rebels do?
The dirty
The dirty rebels.
Yeah, Captain, don't forget about our secret ace in the hole if you ever want to start communications with Admiral Feyd.
Oh, this is a good point. We've got your family hostage.
What?
Open up a secure communication line to the enemy's flagship. We'll call you on the phone.
Okay.
This is Lord Admiral Corbowitz of the Grand Federation of Planets. You are trespassing on our territory. We regret to inform you that we have your family held hostage with mustard gas that we have placed in advance. Lay down your weapons and prepare to be boarded.
Well said, sir. Well said.
Yes. Thank you.
Well said. Can I reveal that I put our population into safety bunkers? The safety bunkers?
Yeah, sure.
I guess the people
You
though.
can't.
I guess the people though that would be.
I mean, the mustard gas is still going to absolutely decimate your colony and
in mind-
make it completely inhabitable.
Keep in mind too that the scene we're describing a scene where the outcome is kind of ended.
Predetermined?
It's how we know that Corbowitz has defeated the system. We don't know how, so we're trying to make it as dramatic as possible. But
So
yeah,
you could say they've gone into bunkers, and then
They
Mike
could-
will somehow try to pull something out of his ass.
it could be
and
like a
make it-
desperate last stand sacrifice. They could escape too. Like there could be
Hmm.
future rebels because they escaped.
Why am I fighting so hard against the?
Because you're the last of the holdout systems. You guys have rebelled against the Federation to try and like eke out a living. Yeah, did you see the last season of The Expanse when they're on that one planet and they're like, "This is our rocks," and they were like, "Fuck off." You're basically on this planet and you're like, "This is our rocks," and we're basically like, "Fuck off."
No, we want those rocks. Those are ours. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Oh, fair.
although I
Um,
don't think you're in poverty because you can't be, because that's in the rules.
Yeah.
The ballot, there's
Well,
no
how
poverty.
about? Well, then maybe I'll challenge you to one-on-one combat. I say this doesn't need to involve every person. It just needs to involve us two, and we'll duel to the death, and the winner gets the whatever we want.
Winner gets whatever. It's like this is being broadcast to all systems.
Yeah, I'm like, there's got to be some sort of like ritualistic like combat that we
Fucking
decide things
Star
with.
the
Trek
minor, the
Klingon.
minor colony combat.
Yeah, like some sort of like laser ball or something. I challenge you to laser ball.
We must play Mario Kart 64.
4,000.
Oh, fucking hell! I just got hit in the face with a fucking knife.
Jesus. All right, so you've declared that you want to duel.
Well, like
Fuck with
like
the noise.
Settle
my
this
best
in the
champion
realm of-
versus your best champion in some sort of combat arena.
You're challenging him to an Ignikai.
Yeah, I guess.
You wish to mince blades. I
What's the
I will sword fight you, sir. Bring out your saber. We will settle this in the field of final combat.
Ow.
Idaho, fetch me my dueling cutlass.
Oh yes, sir. I
it
should I
dueling
polished it
cutlass?
this morning, and just so you know, I've arranged if you would like. The dueling grounds are freshly clipped on the ship. You could
What?
Yes, excellent. Raise the dueling grounds to the surface of the hull. I wish to fight him in view of the stars.
Absolutely. I will make sure the artificial atmosphere is on as well. I do quite think the air is a bit thin up here.
Make it so. Number one.
Make it so.
This fucking
I put
football
like
field
the
just pops.
slight hint of like lavender fields in the background and maybe a gentle breeze.
This fucking football field just appears on the side of the ship. The little elevator go up there.
This is a part of history.
This is a historical event.
Yeah,
that
this
has
is a
happened.
part of history. It should be some sort of like me and three other guys versus you and your three other guys or some shit.
We will battle one-on-one, or unless you want us to do like a small skirmish with the champions. Do we have a champion?
Sir, if they wish for a skirmish, Idaho is at your side.
Yes, Idaho is the best duelist in all of the Federation. This is good recommendation, Idaho. Granted. We need one more duelist. Who else is good with a sword on this ship?
Morpheus says, sir, I am.
Morpheus. Holy shit! This is pretty epic.
Oh yes, Morpheus is an excellent swordsman as well. Oh, top notch.
Oh god, I died.
Morpheus is also, he's just like, oh, I know who he is. He's
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah. Orange Fishburne.
wait.
Uh. Well, there's got to be some sort of like crazy, like not crazy combat, but like
There we go.
what is it called? Combat.
Like a dueling combat.
There we go. I did it. See, Mike?
Nutrition Krav Maga champion. Space Krav Maga.
Morpheus. So he's really good at hand-to-hand combat, but he's also our nutrition consultant on the ship.
Yeah. I don't know if the scene here is like a good thing.
It's a bad thing.
This
There's just a lot of bad things going on.
this is the golden age of the Empire. Bad. Bad.
The golden age of the.
It's just like the Renaissance in space.
This is all bad.
Oh,
This is-
gonna be just like opulent Versailles and a complete and utter crushing fallout.
I'm imagining like the Roman Empire where they were like
Yeah.
purple drapes and fucking. Fetch
Oh yeah,
me
like
my
you're wearing
goblet.
cloaks upon cloaks right
Cloaks
now
upon
on the
cloaks.
on the bridge while you're.
Take me to the Colosseum. I wish to see the lions fight.
Yes, sir. Would you like the lions, or would you like the winged lions
Would
we
you like-
bred
Would
specifically
you like the
for combat?
genetically engineered
Ah,
bird
variety is the spice of life. Surprise me.
Oh yes.
I am bored.
So we see as the the shuttle, I guess, of the holdouts starts to approach, the little ramshackle shuttle. And yes, I guess Steve, you get to narrate who you've brought along.
So what is it like 3v3?
Yeah, 3v3.
Yeah. So you got two guys with you.
Oh, okay.
So who do you got with you?
I've got my my second in command, Schmel.
Smell.
He is cruelly
Okay.
bored with a shitty name. And then Lurtz.
Lurtz.
Yeah, my chief security officer.
I'm
Lurtz.
kind of upset because I was.
Security
Ow.
officer Lurtz.
Yeah,
Alright, and
security
what kind of a weapon are you bringing to this sword fight?
officer. Sword.
Excellent.
And a dagger.
Oh, sneaky.
Oh, jeez.
What is it?
Alright, so the shuttle lands, and I guess the door opens.
Oh, I'm dead.
Is that what you,
Oh, they
say?
appear to have crashed!
It's just like the shuttle explodes to the side of the ship, and that's how we won the war.
He won it! No,
No.
so they land,
Yeah.
and they come out, and they're
On the field of battle.
on the field of battle.
Morpheus looks like Dwayne the
what's
Rock
his name?
Johnson.
Schmel looks a little bit under the weather, but he's
Oh, your duelist looks sickly.
Or maybe he's just tired because he's been getting to mischief. You know, being an outlander.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
he's just a diseased peasant. Oh, but there's no poverty. Shit.
No.
oh, and then I'm like you, and I point to the main, or he points to the main guy, the general, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Corbowitz.
Corbowitz.
And then he's like, just you and me, let's fight now, and then that'll decide it.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, Corbowitz,
Zoe.
should I take your many, many cloaks so you can show off your rippling muscles?
Yes. Please make sure they do not get grass stains on them. They are very expensive.
Oh, absolutely, sir. I will promise to lick the grass stains out if any get upon your cloak.
Here, hold my
I imagine-
monocle. I do not wish to damage it.
Absolutely.
It is made of the finest sapphire.
I
Giant
imagine you look
sapphire,
like what's his
woven
face from
sapphire.
Full Metal Alchemist, the big muscular like you're
I
like
think
that
I know
dude.
who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm imagining a guy with fucking walrus mustache, like waxed, like fully waxed, and
that's what he looks like.
oh, perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you a picture. His name is Colonel Armstrong, I believe.
Do you have a picture like as a link, a URL? Because I could stamp it on the board here.
Oh yeah, I'll get one. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta get a picture.
All right.
How do I import it into the game?
Just give me the URL of it on Discord or something, and I'll put it in.
So now, so they get into combat.
Yeah, I take off my cloak and my
Is he quite
rippling
good at
abs.
combat?
I am the second finest duelist in the Empire, if I do say so myself.
And
A
I do
true
say so
master
myself.
is huh?
So okay, so then we duel.
Yeah. So I draw my sword, and it is a jeweled cutlass of dual metals. It's got like a golden plated back part, and it's all like shimmery steel. And
Okay, Mike, you pick a picture from this link.
okay.
How do I drop weapons in this game again? I can't fucking remember. Oh, that's how you do it.
Oh, this is perfect.
This is perfect.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. That's what I was imagining him as. But like when he's got lots of cloaks on, he kind of looks like he's like not like maybe he's like a little hunched over or something like that.
Oh, I need to make this bigger.
And then he drops everything, and he's just like this like fucking ripped dude.
Oh, maybe too big. Okay, hang on. Let's
Oh.
do size 5. There we go.
The Steve and like so that's Feyd is the guy with the black hair, and then Corbowitz is the guy with the blonde hair or the blonde mustache. What do you think? Oh, Steve's not in the game. He doesn't know.
Sorry,
Anyways,
I'm
I-
obsessed by
I know what it
balls and bad guys.
All right, so I draw my sword. It is jewel encrusted. And I say, "Draw, you cur! Let
And I
us
draw.
end this, so I may be done with your planet. I have a lawn bowling
very
game
fierce,
to get
sir.
to."
Well done. Very fierce.
Thank you, Idaho.
I'd be terrified if I was Feyd.
Yes, he should be terrified. Most people would be of my rippling biceps.
Morpheus is like, it's thanks to the mushroom proteins.
Yes, they're so strong. My fields of abs.
Fields of
Just
abs.
flexing.
Am I being too loud?
No, you're being very.
Okay.
The rolling hill of my six-pack.
What do you do, Steve?
So I walk up and whip out my Damascus steel saber that has seen the blood of many men.
And the swords meet like ding.
Yeah.
Have at you. All
And then is it a cool like sword battle like Pirates of the Caribbean?
It's
Dun,
like-
dun, 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 dun.
How long does the battle last?
Like
Like several hours. Ding, ding, ding.
several hours.
Everyone's just standing by.
Every hour I like ring a triangle. Oh, tea and coffee break. Tea and
Oh, fine,
coffee
sure.
break.
There's
Bring
no
the
tea and
table
coffee
around.
breaks in war.
After an hour of
Epic battle.
epic battle, I feint backwards and draw Feyd in, and then I counter with a strike that just takes his goddamn head off. And sends
What?
his head.
No.
Whoa.
What?
Or I try. I try to take. I
and you
strike
cut
hard.
my throat. You cut my throat, and I fall backwards, and I'm like, oh, you've bested me.
You are a
What?
noble foe.
But not as noble as you think.
Ah!
and at that time, you see all these ships, like thousands of ships launching from the planet, like not warships, just
Oh,
yeah,
just like civilian
refugees.
ships.
yeah, launching in every direction, and the planet starts to burn,
Oh no.
and then
Oh,
and then my second in command explodes.
Oh no.
And the whole arena just bursts into flames. And
Oh, I
everyone
know.
dies.
We have been double crossed.
Oh wait, are you supposed to survive this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, whoops.
I mean, he can be
Don't worry.
previously
Idaho
wounded.
has a plan.
Idaho has a plan.
I use my my communicator and I quickly tell our whoever's in air engineering to cut the oxygen from the dueling arena, and I slap a rebreather on General Corbowitz, myself, and Morpheus, and I take you guys over to the whatever the hatch is that goes down into the rest of the ship.
Right. I would imagine Morpheus probably has his own rebreather.
Rebreather. Yeah,
I
probably.
would-
Whatever. Anyway, so I guide you over,
Yeah.
but and I send you down, but before I go down, I take one last look at Admiral Feyd as he's choking and bleeding to death.
I mean, I exploded. So
No,
Oh, I thought you said you second him. Pan exploded.
well, they like all exploded. He had like a huge
Oh,
bomb
okay.
stomach.
Oh, yeah, he just blew up,
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
Yeah, and all the ships go to warp or whatever.
Jump into hyperspace.
Yeah, and disappear, and thus
Scattered like the
start-
winds.
yeah starts the what? Wait, what was my planet called?
That's a good question. Oh, spec.
Spec.
Called spec.
The spec or not resistance spec the spec legions,
The
which is a
spec
group
legion.
of mercenaries that really fucking hate the Empire.
All right. Let's see here. Spec legions are formed. I'm gonna add into the seam. Edit here. Planet spec.
The
Oh.
spec. Oh, I should add something to that.
So I'm gonna save this. I also have a recording of this over the last couple hours, assuming that I can save the recording because it might be kind of long. I don't have that much hard drive space on that drive.
Oh,
Oh, I've got 15 gigabytes left. So it's a 30 gigabyte file so far. This is fine. This is okay.
There we go.
What do we got? Spec legions are formed on the fight dirty rooms. Ah. Oh, those peasants got me good. Oh, but we won.
We did, and so don't worry, we don't care about the vegetation on the planet. It's just the precious minerals on the inside.
Those fools.
We
We
don't
don't
even
want
have
to
to
live
terraform it anymore.
we don't
We
want
just
to
have
live
to-
there. We don't
The
care if people
prisoners on the prison planets, they will have to deal with the inhospice, the radiation, and the flames.
Oh man, it's
Oh,
so
the,
tragic that their fire set off the mustard gas.
the hubris of mankind, eh?
Oh yes.
Oh, but
Oh.
pity they've gotten away. Oh,
Yeah.
we'll have to mop them up later. Oh well. About that lawn bowling.
What?
Prepare the second
Yes.
fields of battle.
Damn it! Like, none of the bad guys died.
Another field.
No.
Oh yes, I also clipped that field by hand this morning too.
Man, he is a great.
He's gonna be the emperor. We've gotta.
He's
We've,
the first in command. He's got to do his job right.
when we continue, we've gotta explore what, because he's got a whole bunch of other shit that he's done. Someone tried to assassinate him. He's done some sneaky stuff. He dies
It'd be
eventually.
really funny. It would be really funny if, like, during all of the things that he actually escapes with his life, it's all thanks to Ida.
Yeah.
If we could add Idaho to that assassination foiling.
I like it.
All right. Well, that was fun. I gotta
Okay,
save this here.
thank you. That was very fun.
Hopefully, we'll be able to continue at another time, and like finish this.
Yeah, I think it could be good because I like this backstory that we built.
Yeah, because we can do it in like spurts too, like one round or whatever, and like in sprints.
Well, I also like that we don't have to worry about like
Oh.
getting like we can just like meet up for even an hour and brainstorm.
Yeah, and we're just kind of
Yeah.
building the world. I can record the scenes even and stitch them together and make like a YouTube video to try and like keep a record of it. Because then
Oh.
later,
Yeah.
in
Oh.
several months, I'm gonna be writing like the story for you know, different seeds and
Oh.
stuff in the actual game that we're playing. And so
Yeah.
having these as like, oh, this is actually
Oh,
what happened.
God,
I can
I
add
got
like
got
bits of
jazzed.
that in as like residual effects of what happened as they trickle down through time, like the
Yeah.
butterfly effect, but
Yeah.
better and not a movie. Ripple effects.
Yeah, like you don't know this, but like the spec, like because in the last act and whatever Commander Feyd's thing was to like try to betray like the ancient right of his people or whatever. Like maybe they never